Years ago, a friend of mine told me how he worked for Torah Masorah and he had to show a certain video to a bunch of Roshei Yeshiva. Video technology, VCRs, were then fairly new, and one of those Roshei Yeshiva was a Bal Yishvei. And he had to show this video. It was a classroom program, something about teaching children a certain way, and the Roshei Yeshiva had to gather into a room. And in a library in Philadelphia, the Bal Yishvei came in to watch this video, and he popped the VHS, if you remember that, into the VCR, and he pressed play for everybody to see it. And everybody took his chair, and he sat like 15 feet away from the monitor. So he said, maybe the Roshei Yeshiva should sit a little closer. So Rabbi said, I have to look at the video, but I don't have to sit any closer than necessary. And I never really understood the story, to be honest, because you're watching it anyhow. The Rosh Yeshiva made the cheshbon that that's the right thing for him to do. As a manig, as a leader in chinuch, he felt like he had to watch that video and answer whatever the questions were. If you sit closer, if you sit further, it makes a difference. Another story, a younger man in Eretz Yisrael told me that there was a bris in his family, and it was just after COVID, and the parents and the grandparents couldn't come in from America. They very much wanted to see it. So they zoomed the bris, they live streamed the bris for the family. The sandik was a Besser Shlita. Besser was sandik, and this younger man, who was a Talmud of Besser, was standing with an iPad about 2 feet away from Besser, videoing the bris, doing a Zoom stream for the family back home so they could see it. Day or 2 days after the bris, he went over to his Rabbi, to Besser, and he apologized. He said, I'm so sorry. I know that the Rabbi is probably not comfortable with the whole idea of technology, with a device like that, and the Rabbi is being sandik, he's sitting over here, such a dahibun, such a lofty moment, and I'm standing with an iPad 2 feet away from Rabbi's head. So Besser said, I'm not sure what we're talking about. He said, by the bris. He says, yeah. He says, by the bris. I was standing next to Rabbi and I was holding a big white tablet. He says, I didn't notice. He says, Rabbi didn't notice? So he says, I'll tell you the truth. I worked very, very hard not to see negative things in other Jews. I worked to have an ayin taiva, to see good in other Yidden. So you work hard enough, Besser said, so the Rebbeinu Shalom allows you not to see things that you really don't want to see. Now, Besser Bal Yishvei Zatzal, these were people who did a lot of things. Besser's biggest maggid shir in the world. He's saying shir to thousands of Talmidim and Hezbollah. Bal Yishvei was from the Manhigei America, the biggest Roshei Yeshiva in America, leading a yeshiva for 50 years with so many Talmidim, so much achrayus for the tzibur, but they were working on their eyes. Why? I had to go to New York once. A friend of mine was making chasna. He asked me to take a large amount of cash to New York for him. I wasn't so comfortable with it, but he needed it. It was a big favor, and I did it for him. I was holding an envelope in my pocket with like $20,000 in cash. It was very uncomfortable for me, and I tap, the whole time in the plane, airport, customs, I kept feeling it. So somebody else told me, he says, you're basically wearing a sign around your neck that says, I'm carrying a lot of money on me. You need to stop tapping. You're basically advertising to the whole airport that you have something valuable here. But I couldn't help it, because when you are aware that you're carrying something valuable, so you're not mesiach das, you don't think about anything else. Your mind keeps going there, and you want to make sure it's there. Great people understood that there's a gift called vision. Rabbi Yishvei Zatzal, Yibad L'chaim, Rabbi Cherish, they understand they have to constantly be working. Tap, tap, tap. Is it here? Am I using it right? Am I losing it? Am I not? Am I cherishing it? So Rabbi Yishvei said, I have to watch. My vision has to be used, that I have to go see that video. But I don't have to see it any more than necessary. I still have some vision that I don't have to give it. That's what it means to appreciate, to cherish the gift that you have. If we appreciate this gift, if we appreciate our vision a little more, how many more wonders could we see?